Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for this new YouTube video about the subconscious mind, which is one of my favorite topic. So we'll be talking about the immense and huge power of your subconscious mind, and I'll be sharing some techniques on how you can tap into that power to basically transform your life. And this is not I'm not overdoing it. This is true. This is basically transformational. You can heal from anything. You can attract what you want. You can create the life you want basically through the only power of your subconscious mind. So yeah, let's get this started. So I don't want to be diving into the science of it, into the scientific aspect of it, although I would have loved to. But I'm sure that there are lots of things, lots of facts and information you can find online on your own research if these topics interest you. But the main goal of today is really to explain the general thing about the subconscious brain and to make you aware of the power it holds and to share with you the techniques that can help you upgrade your life, etc. So it's techniques that I've tested myself. It's techniques that my friends tested too, my family, etc. And people that were just willing to try. So I hope that you will be willing to try too, because this is very powerful basically. So this is following my first video on how you were shaped by your environment and on how your subconscious mind holds memory, holds events, and you're driven by those facts, by those things that happened to you in the past. But today what we want to do is really understand how we can replace those beliefs, how we can replace those fears that we've been feeling so far, how we can trick our brain into thinking, into adopting kind of a new system. It's like an app upgrade if you want to think about it. This is techniques to achieve that. So the first technique is to start acknowledging that you have a subconscious mind that is working for you despite you even being aware. So you have to start noticing and really believing in the power of your subconscious mind. So don't take my words for it. I mean, you can observe that yourself. I can give you an example. What happened like a few days ago, I cut my finger and it started to heal like automatically, so the only motion of the universe is forward. It's always moving forward. It's always moving towards healing. It's always moving towards growth. And see, these bodies have incredibly good systems that are working on their own, and we just have to be aligned with them and know how to use them for our own good. So how to acknowledge your subconscious mind? Well, you can start befriending it. Start becoming friend with your subconscious mind. You can imagine that it's another part. You can imagine that it's a little man or a little woman, or I don't know, you do that if you want to give him a name or give her a name. It's your responsibility. So what is powerful when you do that is by giving it existence. You start acknowledging its presence, and you start being in this place of gratitude towards this power that is working despite you even aware, and that is working for you basically. It's working for your own good. It's working for your growth, and it's just beautiful. And once you start this relationship, it really creates a dynamic where you trust that your subconscious mind will bring to life what you've asked him to, or her. I don't know why I keep calling him, but it's all right. Actually, fun fact, I can illustrate this example with an experience that I've tested myself in my last year at university. So I did not go to many lectures, so sorry mom, sorry dad if you're watching that. And what we did with my friend is that we studied like maybe 1 week before the exam, or 1 week and a half before the exam. And because there was just so much content, there was so much resources out there was so many things that we had to learn. I had to find ways to trick my brain to learn faster and to retain information faster, etc. So I started every day before the final exam. I took like 10 minutes in front of my mirror and I was talking to my subconscious mind. I named him, so that's why I keep telling him. He had a name. I kept calling him names, and I did this huge discourse of declaration of love to my subconscious mind, and telling him how brilliant it was, that everything I've been reading this week, he just has been retaining everything. He remembers everything, he knows everything, he remembers the name, the resources, the references, he just remembers everything. And I trust that when I'll be in front of my exam copy, he just knows what to put into my pen, what to bring to my conscious mind, and he just writes without even thinking about it. So I did that, and it's crazy because I had amazing grades, like crazy grades in my final exams, which I never had during my whole year. So it is working, and there are research on that as well that show you how this can work, and I can put the links in the little bio maybe for you to have a deeper look if you're interested. So to quickly sum up the first point, the first technique is befriending your subconscious mind. Befriending it, start acknowledging that it works for you, etc. That works. This is the law of belief, and it's in action all the time. The second technique is visualization, and this is a very, very powerful one. It's a magnificent one. It's a magnificent one. So visualization, maybe you're familiar with it, maybe you're not, but it's just this mind exercise that you do when you close your eyes and you imagine that there is a mental movie behind your eyes, where you imagine as if it was happening here in real life, with very vivid image, the sound, the taste. You try to involve all of your senses into the mental movie that you're seeing in your mind eye. So when you do that by visualizing things, your brain doesn't dissociate between what is real and what is not. So what it is, visualization, it's taking the information and absorbing it as true. So if your visualization is done with a lot of intention and a lot of emotion, try to feel everything you want to feel in this visualization. Try to smell things, trick your brain into smelling things in this visualization. Involve every one of your senses and your emotion. Super important. It's okay if the first time you try visualization, it's a bit shady, it's a bit blurry. As I told you, it's an exercise. So with practice, the more you practice, the more the image is going to be clear, and the more easy it will come to you, and naturally it will come to you. So let's give an example of how you can use visualization to improve your life and to help you create a life full of opportunities and really like get away from these self-limiting beliefs that you have created, that have been created for you as well. So we just have to find a scenario that works for you. For example, let's say that you are a creator, that you love creating music, okay? You love creating music, but this is not your job. You're doing something else, or you're studying or whatever, and you're not sharing what you're creating, or you're even stopping yourself from creating because you're terribly scared of judgment and failure. Let's say you're terribly scared of failure, so you're not doing that, and every time you will start creating something, you will say, oh, this is not good enough, this is bad, etc. So instead, we forget about these limiting beliefs you have, but what you want to do with the visualization is just sit down, calm your mind. It would be great to be in a safe space, calm space, no distraction, and start visualizing, sorry. And start visualizing this scene where you're creating music and you're just loving it, and imagine people in front of you loving what you're doing. Maybe it's not your family, imagine like people you don't know looking at this and just loving it, and imagine what they would say to you at the end of your show or whatever. Just, you have to live it. And the more you visualize this and the more vivid this image becomes, the clearer this image becomes, the better the message will be brought to your brain. Your brain will really start being more comfortable around this idea of creating and sharing your creation. So we did an example with music, but it's up to you to find what works for your case, like to create the scenario that works for your fear, whatever fear you have, whatever limiting belief you have. You create the scenario where you're basically focusing on the good outcomes of what you're doing and on the moment of what you're doing, and the beautiful emotions that you're feeling when you're doing them. Yeah, so do that, and I can help you. Maybe if you want to create a scene, you can message me or put it in a comment in this video and we can help create that together. So that was for visualization, and let's move to our third technique. So the third technique is suggestion. So our mind are very, very receptive to suggestion. As I've been saying before, when you are young, we're very receptive to every kind of suggestion that has been put by our parents into us, and we've internalized them and made them into beliefs. But right now, you hold the power to create the suggestion you want for your own life. So you can create your own suggestion, and the one that are going to be empowering for you. And there are moments of days where those suggestions can leave a better imprint on your brain. And these moments are the right after you wake up and just before you go to sleep. And I'm going to tell you right, and I can tell you why. So basically, right after you wake up, your brain is still in those alpha waves, and it means that you're very receptive to this type of suggestion. There is no noise, no mental noise. It's just clear and going right there and just sitting there. So what you want to do in the morning is affirm things to yourself. Based on the scenarios you want. I don't know, I don't have a clear example right now for you, but you could be saying, I don't know, if you're a salesman, like if that's like you work in sales and you have to get a lot of sales, you could be saying to yourself every day, I know that my sales are improving every day customers are coming to me, and you just repeat that. This is suggesting this to your brain. Or if this is for health, you have health issues, or you just want to feel healthy every day and feel more dynamic, you can be saying to yourself, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling super dynamic, I feel my body perfectly. Or I don't know exactly how to phrase them for you based on what you want, but just understand that it has to be something positive. You cannot frame something negative. You cannot suggest something negative. For example, don't say to your brain, today I am not feeling fear, or I am not blah blah blah. No, instead you say, today I'm feeling great, I am feeling wonderful, I'm feeling loved, whatever works for you. Or if you want to heal something, that's the best moment as well to do it. And same before you go to bed, when you're closing your eyes, repeat that for a moment, suggest that to your brain, and just trust that your subconscious mind is taking care of it, and it's taking whatever you told him, and it's bringing it there, processing it, and bringing it to reality again. Then my fourth technique to you is repetition. So you know that our brain learns by repetition. It learns from repetition. That's why we say practice makes it perfect. It's just because once you repeat things, you become more comfortable, more confident, you know it works, it becomes more natural to you, etc. So repetition is a key thing here. What you want to do is as many times as you can during the day. For example, when you're brushing your teeth, set an alarm. You can set alarms on your phone, etc. Repeat to yourself what it is that you want to overcome, or what it is that you want to attract, or what it is that you want to heal. So for example, you could be saying, for the salesperson, you could be saying, my sales are improving every day, I'm being good. Or I don't know, if you have problems with your self-image or self-esteem or etc., you could be saying many times to yourself, wow, I'm feeling great, I am beautiful, I feel beautiful. Or you can be saying, to looking at the mirror and saying, you're beautiful, you're great, you're smart, every day you're doing great things, blah blah blah. So the repetition of it, even if you're not really trusting it in your conscious mind and you're not really approving it in your conscious mind, just fake it. Fake the repetition, say it out loud, and if you can involve emotions as well, that would be great. So no fear, please. Just positive emotion. If you have to think about hugging someone you love to feel love, do that. That's okay. Like, whatever works for you, just have to bring in emotions into that affirmation, into those repetition that you're doing. So there's obviously lots more techniques and lots more about the subconscious mind and how you can tap into that power. But I think that for today it's good. I think that once you get familiar with them, then you can move to other things and how you can really use them. But because our brain is a muscle, so you need to train it. So first we have to get started with training this way, and then we can move to other things and healing bigger things or attracting huge things, etc. But this is already a very good way to start. So again, I am repeating myself, and maybe this is to leave an imprint on your brain. But please speak to your subconscious mind. Treat it as a part of yourself. Treat it as this part of yourself that holds an infinite intelligence and that just know how to make things work for you. So once you start doing that, you will instantly start noticing changes in your daily lives. I swear, you will see the changes. And once you see the changes, it will just reinforce the belief. And once you're in that path, it can only become better and better and better for you. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And thank you for your support as well. So thank you so much. And I hope you will have fun with visualization and with discovering and exploring the power of your subconscious mind before we see each other for a new video. So thank you so much, and take care.